not have my mic shoved on my head the entire time. Yep, totally didn't happen. Which is good, because then we'd have to probably edit it out or something. Alright, can we finish you? Yes. Can we finish you? Almost. Alright. Now we go this way. So, doing it this way, we don't have access to one of those important pieces, unfortunately. But yeah, doing it this way, we don't have access to the flying boots at the moment. Oh, for God's sake, this guy never misses! Dang it. What part of low percent odds do you not understand, sir? Alright, we're gonna get the ward back on. And we're gonna get, I think we're just gonna go regular leggings. Try to mix our defense up a little bit. See, I'm fighting against a corrupted monk, I think. The fight is another random pattern, or how the hell does FromSoft make these games so fast? Impossible to understand the attacks. It's all just a dance, seriously. I saw a really good look into that a little while ago. But so they must have a friggin' dancer on their design team or something like that, because so many of them, if you listen to the music, it'll tell you the movements. It's kind of fascinating, actually. Like, especially with Sekiro and Souls and everything else, like they will definitely let you know a lot more than they're letting on about you knowing. Does that make sense? Anyway, all the attacks are like unified to each other, impossible to distinguish. Not really. Every single one of them can be distinguished, and I know that for a fact because I was watching. Okay, so I was watching speedruns and challenge runs of that thing for months, and man, it's amazing the kinds of really specific stuff that happens there. No, it's not. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a lot more, I guess, nuance to it than it would seem at first. Like, it seems random, but there's usually like a specific beat. That's really the best way to put it. There's always a specific beat to whatever's going on there. Now then, if you think this run's painful, I should point out, at some point, and I can't promise this will be anytime in the near future, but I've been routing out a way to do all of Vanilla Tactics Ogre at level 1. Because it's actually, to some degree, possible. So, I think it can be done all the way. I'm still testing out a lot of things, but oh my god, it's going to be the most arduous crap you'll ever see. Let's see, Cantel and jump counter to a Makiri counter. All these movements make it easier. Ganitro of the first attempt, but so hard at the big stupid monkey. Oh, that monkey is so cool! God, that's so freaking cool, though. It decapitates himself and picks up his own head and charges after you anyway. God, how do you make a monkey cooler than that? Just tell me a boss that's cooler, and I'll explain to you that you're clearly lying. Ah, man, I almost forgot about that. He poops? Yeah, he chucks poop at you, sure. He's a monkey. What do you want him to do? Not poop? That's just not how monkeys work. What? High Priestess removes all debuffs now. Okay, that's new. Like, I knew that it was there, but I never knew it was that good. Huh. Alright, where's my strength card? There we go. Out of 3D games, I guess. Depth kills me. Just imagine it as 2D. Simple. But no, you're good at Armored Core. Hell, if you can get through Silent Line, you're good at Armored Core. Spoken to a few people that got into the series, started in, like, SL, or tried to start in, God forbid, Another Age. Which, by the way, unbelievably stupid thing the other day. There was an article that somebody had put up. There was some game magazine or some such that had put out an article, basically saying like, oh, you know, here's this whole list of all the ratings of all of the FromSoft games. You know, we know all of them. We've played all of them. We're so familiar with it. They get to Another Age and they're like, oh yeah, this is a great narrative way to finish off the second gen. What narrative? It doesn't have one. It was impressively off. I don't know if they were thinking about another one or something. Like, they were also trying to say that the story for 4 was excellently written. No, it wasn't! You couldn't even tell what the hell was going on half the time without looking at the wiki. Need to keep our wallet big? For what? That's the question. You make more parts so that you can get more money to get more parts. It's a never-ending cycle. Alright, you get the suck, and let's go ahead and put on some regenerate, I think. Basically, the regenerate is hoping to set up a, okay, never mind, he got me. Odds of surviving are pretty low at this point. Alright, quadruple miss. Of course he would. Under Kotaku? Honestly, I don't knowingly read any of them. It's literally just like, something occurred. Neat, I read it. You know what? Actually, let's go for this. This will drop our avoidance pretty sharply, but that extra vit should make up for that. Then we switch the ward for evasion. Yeah, that should be good. If our evasion's too low, we'll switch to a small shield. Talk crap at a subject, now direct yourself. Aw. Boo. Alright. Anyway, the helmet should help out with regeneration here. Because I believe it's like 5% of your health per tick. That's some good coffee. Alright, steal your MPs. I know it seems like a complete waste to steal 4 MP from the guy, but look at it this way. If he's 4 MP short to be able to go cast a Vortex or something like that, it works out. When is your cough gonna end? As soon as they figure out a vaccine to the virus. But no, hopefully you don't have that. In all honesty, really, hopefully you don't have it, because holy crap. Apparently everywhere in the world's getting it now. Thank you, Perry. Let's go ahead and have a roll, please. Okay. Maybe we'll have to come back here with Lord. Like, I know the debuffs are hitting us pretty hard here. But still. Always frickin' hammer guy. If I could just get rid of him. But then when I do, I'm too low on health. Oh, piss off. You know what? Screw it. Screw it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna turn down the music, because this is probably the best music in the game. Yeah, we're definitely keeping Absorb MP. That's really strong. Because normally you have to use Absorb as a... you have to use the Leech move as your primary move. But if you can do it as your action, that is crazy strong. Although I guess, to be fair, it actually makes Absorb MP worth taking now. So you use another medicine. This flu continues after mid-months. For about 3 weeks. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some people go like 5 weeks. Is it just normal flu, or what? Have you been going around and spraying everything and doing all that? Yeah, I know, I think it was like Influenza A or some such that we were going through on this end. That ended up lasting, on average, about 2 weeks, apparently. Okay, we're gonna go for a Regenerate. They're probably gonna go for a Finisher, at which point we can go for a full heal. Gonna take a quick turn here. Didn't do anything crazy. Remember, I was playing DXM, felt this weakness, all of a sudden covering my body. Going to sleep, get sore throat, and then I feel hot, and then get a fever. Sounds like sick. See, your problem is you got sick. Yeah, there we go. Solved it. Solved it. That means getting better is an option now. Alright, so now we get the heal 3. Because that guy shouldn't be able to hit us with anything. Fast forward past all that nonsense. Come to think of it, you know what? Actually, I don't think Regenerate actually does scale. And there's cough, tickle my throat, can't breathe normally without choking and stuff. Have you tried putting on a humidifier and what's it? And drinking lots of honey and all that? Oh, sweet goodness. Stop hitting me with your wind fox thing! Now it's not as strong. It'll go away over time. Please miss. Thank you. Doctor gave me that bad medicine, wouldn't mind, honey. Is it the stuff that kind of tastes like oranges and puke at the same time? Oh, she just helped more than she thought. Possibly. I don't think we need Absorb MP yet. Actually, if we do that there, she might not be able to use Cleanse or Ease or whatever else. I don't remember if Knights have Ease. I don't think so. I know there was a really, really weird thing in Vanilla where, for whatever reason, they gave Ease to Rune Fencers as if they couldn't do enough stuff already. So yeah. Basically every useful cleric ability, aside from the AoE heal, which they could just use a book for. I mean, you could just use the Rune Fencer better. They could just use them better. They could use Ease for free, they could use Heal 3 and 4 and all that for free. Friggin' still use Summons and also not die to a single arrow. It's weird, man. It's weird how they were thinking that was okay. But whatever works, I guess. Alright. Let's tabula out of this. Gonna be a little bit slower today, as you do. Let's give a little tap here. And Poison should finish off before next round. I'd assume Dragoon will probably circle around. Try to take her spot. We'll see. You know, also technically speaking, now that I think about it, there would be a way to pick up some skills that I technically wouldn't have access to yet without needing that particular class. Like, sure, one could argue that I would need to pick up, the Buccaneer. But I was just thinking, technically, if Azelston is in the party and we have him use a Death March, that would let him spawn into the party and be recruited while being dead, meaning that I never actually physically put him into a fight. Maybe. I'm just gonna stick to this tile for the moment. This friggin' monk recovers posture faster when I get hungry. Is it the one with the staff, or is it one of the headless ones? Because if I recall, that one was really weak to air moves. Like, for whatever reason, they would get unusually affected by jumping off their head. So you just had to go Donkey Kong that crap. Fast forward through this because it's taking a hot minute. Yeah, I think this helmet setup's a bit better. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Dude, I just wanted to get one slight tick of my friggin' energy crap. Come on. Want to get electrical up very slightly. That's the fight where they drop meat, by the way. That's the only reason I'm doing that. Can we just withdraw then? Alright. Whatever, let's do it. Watermelon's the place I'm at? Yeah, I think that's the one with the staff. Alright, so I can make a lot of very handy things here. Dark axe, light axe. Actually, yeah, light axe could be really useful. We got water axe and better light axe. What else did we get out of there? Wait, was that the one that dropped? No, that wasn't the one that dropped the fist. Yeah, that was the whole reason we were there in the first place. We needed the elemental fists. Oh, quick thing. We actually should be able to go in a Time Mouth. Yeah, if we ever end up doing that level 1 run, boy oh boy, I hope you like Time Mouth. Because yeah, that level 1 thing. The funny part is, if you get somebody's base stats all the way to level 1, you can functionally get the equivalent of getting half their, like, overall total power that they could ever get over the course of, well, not very time at all, quite frankly. But yeah, what am I saying? It's actually a crapload of time. That's not even remotely true. But yeah, over a crazy long amount of time, you can get all their base stats up, which will get them about half their total possible power at that point. Technically speaking, there's a whole lot of skills that they would have absolutely no access to on paper, but technically speaking, there's also a bunch of units that will gladly join you over the course of the story, regardless of level, that would give you, well, you could essentially just go turn them back to level 1, which is what would be done for the purposes of that run. Yeah. You could just basically let them die and get them silver transferred. Done deal. It's theoretically very possible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, as soon as we scaled up here, stuff got harsh. Oof. Okay. Out of curiosity, what other classes do we have? Because White Knight can't really heal. I guess there's Spellblade, but then they have to heal with items. Technically speaking, we can switch over to Spellblade for this one. Or knight, as long as we have other class marks. Okay, let me see how out-level this guy would be if I went for this. What? Turn max TP on. Then we do augment light, I suppose. Okay, Spatum. So they'd be pretty good as far as that goes. They can be evasive. They can be defensive. Still light on there. Actually, we'd probably learn Augment Lightning in this case. Or rather, Instill Lightning. Sorry if I'm a little bit out of sorts at the moment. Such things happen. Good job, Gamma. Instill Storm, got HP Infusion, Augment Lightning. Getting Still Light off of here. I can turn this annoying stuff off for a second. Probably turn on Heron. In fact, we'd probably be better off going with swords in this case. I guess not, because I don't even have anything of that level. Neat. Alright, let's go with the Ornstein build, see what happens. Drop a quick save state there because the guy that we need spawns here. I don't know if anything's changed with when he can drop his crafting book. I know he was mentioning potentially lowering the crafting requirements and things, or rather lowering the book getting requirements and all that. Because technically speaking, you'd think originally they were put in there for the purposes of making sure that you can't use certain items early, but then at the same time you also can't get the methods of even getting those items, and hell, you can't even use them without getting to that particular level anyway. So it's not really anything worth looking into too much. But I don't know. We'll see. Man, have to catch up on sleep at some point. I have one extra Instill skill for absolutely no reason. That's dandy. Yeah, truth be told, if I can use this to potentially skip around a little bit, getting to this map, it really isn't too much of a thing. If I can use a low level to get past this map, that's perfectly fine. I'm completely okay missing out on the 1 HK book for now, especially since I know for a fact that they'll be relatively easy to get later. So it'd be cool if a randomizer random the amount of hearts the unit came with, or if there was a hard mode where everyone started with one heart only. I've asked Rakes about that several times, and it's theoretically possible. And actually, I believe one of those times that he was looking into it is when we ended up getting the Death March item. So, I mean, it's possible, theoretically. Yes, we got hit by lightning. hit by lightning is good. That means we get more lightning training. Yeah, the absolute most ideal thing at this point would be able to make it past this part, and then make it onto the further maps, because the Fist and the 2H book is what I'm after. But yeah, if there was a one heart mode, would absolutely want that. And he mentioned that he would probably make a hard mode once the mod is finalized and everything, and make it more FFT style. All of that, from what I can see, the main purpose of that whole hearts and multiple hearts thing, they probably couldn't decide which one was the one they wanted to go with, and so they probably just slapped them both in there. But it's also just the fact that in a lot of cases you have to leave your units behind if you have any hope of winning. So it's supposed to be like if you managed to get through the fight, then you would be able to get them back up, and then if you didn't, then you'd have to leave them behind, and then, you know, then at least you wouldn't lose them entirely, but it does kind of feel, you know, crappy that way. The only downside is, I'm sure it would drive people absolutely nuts to have everyone on one heart. Out of curiosity, if we Charybdis here, that would do a decent amount. What about Ruination? There we go, that looks pretty good. Drop an HP infusion. And away we go. See, that's why I think a random heart would be cool, because some might be more death resistant than others. It would be. I completely agree. I just don't think there's a mechanic in the game for it to be able to do that. To do that kind of randomization anyway, because I know... So as far as their randomization goes, they pretty much have... Okay, so they have a set AI, they have a set of skills, and I believe they might have... No, the stats, like their actual numbers are randomized, but they don't actually have an amount of hearts until they join your team, I believe. Because unless somebody's on your team, they just instantly die, even if they're a guest. So I'm not sure that it would actually be able to do it. I mean, unless there was some... Because I know it's the second that they join you, but maybe it just can't be displayed on enemy UI or something? But I believe it can be shown on multiplayer, so... I'm not sure how that would work exactly. Okay, back to Ashina. Now idols are all not active and I can't travel. You fast travel? It's called You're in the Endgame, buddy. It was that monk. You're in Endgame now. So, do I get a turn at some point, or what? Please? Game, thank you. Fantastic, now I will eat all those juicy HPs, and probably just die here, because the charging method's not going to work. FT guests are different units when they join you, so I assume TO is similar. Once the unit switches sides, they become a different unit. Yes and no, it depends. So, with the ones that are story-related, they have different ones for when you're recruited and when they're in the fight. But sometimes they also overlap. So, for example, like we saw with Diebold earlier, technically speaking, he is the same unit from the fight, but he also technically also spawns in with different stuff, I believe it was. Like, his equipment will be scaled by level. His, how is it? Like, basically, the equipment that he comes with is decided in the fight. He has to spawn into the fight, and then that's the one that joins you. In the case of most story things, they will have two different types of units, I guess depending on whether or not there's a cutscene in the way. I'm not sure if there's a specific limitation reason for that, but who knows. This game's a dang mystery, man. Alright, are there any other classes I could use? Guess I could use Warlock? It would be really resistant. Could try Swordmaster real quick. Their healing's trash, but... I guess I got snazzy swords. And we can be freakishly light. Yeah, who are we kidding? That's not gonna work. Alright, let's try Small Shield real quick. Go back for Wing Boots for a sec. Let's try the kiting method one more time, too. We'll replace... No, we don't want to replace Clarity. I suppose one other thing that's possible here, I think I've seen this fight spawn without a cleric before. Wow. Hang on one quick second. Alrighty, and back. So. Plan at present. Remove Berserker from fight. Oh, for God's sake, this guy and his low percentage hits, I swear. Alright, well, if we Omni, we can leave him in critical. Should be mostly safe. I don't know if they're... I think they'll still have a healer that can reach. Oh, for crap's sake. Of course. Why wouldn't they be able to do that? There. Piss off, you dang Viking. CPC's lagging, I have dinner, up against Father Owl. Kinda endgame. Kinda. You're kind of at the boss rush portion. Man, that game is so cool. Alright, this will hopefully be the ideal spot for me here. Because if their super heavy hitters are out of the way, I think I should have enough to resist most of their caster stuff at this point. If we stay far away from those guys, then they can just hit us with AoEs. They're not nearly as threatening. And thankfully their movement sucks. Okay. Bit of a butt clench moment there. Come on, give me a heal, give me a heal. Alright, if we can survive a turn here. Perfect. Then I need to be able to fly. Okay, might not need to fly, actually. Might set up a fly, but... Alright, yeah, we'll go over here, take a heal. So far, this is doable. doing the health suck. That'll do 2 weight. No, I didn't... Didn't mean to hit the button yet. Right. I'll do absorb MP, take her MP so she can't hurt me real good. Need to put on a haste. Hopefully parry. Need to parry that TK. Did she just screw her own partner? Oh, piss off. Stupid archers. Okay. Alright. That method does seem to work, although I think I want to go... No. Being super lightweight's a good idea. Losing 18 evasion, we're getting a lot more regeneration, meaning I could free up a skill slot and be 9 unit casters. Weighs about the same. Could take clarity off. Now what keeps hitting me a whole lot? I guess there's a lot of earth flying around. Probably Aug Earth instead of Aug Lightning, actually. It seems to be more worthwhile. So we are getting hit with a lot of that stuff. Could do Blessing to be able to do full heals. And let's give this build a try. Do a quick save state so we don't have to redo that stuff. Okay, good. Know you want to follow me here. Oh, come on! Every dang time with this guy! Like, oh, I'm sorry, 40 friggin' %. Nope, every time. What a douche. Alright, maybe that robe isn't better than Clarity, actually. But it's fine. We should be able to use Blessing there. I think Blessing's just going to be better than Clarity in general here. Right. See, one of the things... I should probably explain it real quick. One of the things I'm trying to set up here is being able to more or less force the AI to screw itself. Because if you force them to do about 1 damage... Oh, God's sake. This guy never misses. If you end up forcing them to do only 1 damage, a lot of times they'll just prefer to use all their debuffs and things like that, and I can just immediately say no to all of those. So we're not getting there quite yet. Unfortunately, this is something that the White Knight could do. And we would be able to use a Blessing there, but unfortunately Douchebag McGee over here can't seem to miss, so bye-bye all of the TP. Okay. Alright. 2 out of 3, that's what 40% means. Regenerate. Take an MP suck, and there we go. Yeah, I think we'll go for a Ward Shield after this. we could just get that damage down, then we're in a really good spot. Okay, leave the ward. This on. In fact, actually having the helm here might be the best idea. I'll be put on max TP. And away we go. And unfortunately the guy didn't spawn. This time he did. Go ahead and drop the state. So yeah, we are specifically trying to get multi-ninjas to spawn, even though they're one of the scariest things. Alright, those are doing 1 damage. Good. Yeah, that means all those big water AoEs should hopefully be down to 1 as well. Not sure. Forgot to put a skill on. Yeah, we'll probably give this a few more attempts. And then after that I have to get going. And I forgot to put on Ogre too, didn't I? Yeah, I'm still running Ogre Lightning, still doing, yeah. Oh, poop. Let's try the Bum Rush approach. If I had Blessing on this guy, probably would be doing a decent bit better. Unfortunately, evasion kind of sucks, so he has to rely on parry a bit more, but the helmet helps with that. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come back here with Lord. Welcome back. Right. Just gonna go ahead and withdraw there. Move on to the next stuff here. Now, if I recall, I can't actually upgrade that robe yet, but let me double check. Because I think Phantom Cloak requires the second book, or the Armor Craft book. Yeah, I need Armor Craft for that. Alright, let's go to Graveyard. So instead of Ogre Lightning, we'll get Ogre Earth. Instead of Reflect Damage, we get Mother's Blessing. And instead of Absorb MP, because we're kind of doing okay with that, we'll get Consecrate Dead. Just to get used to this build, if nothing else. So about 20 hours a game, Sekiro can't finish just yet. There's some of the hidden stuff. There's hidden stuff everywhere. It's definitely not as ultra girthy as like some of the Souls games or anything, but yeah, there's a lot in that one. There we go, we can get rid of some of the stuff before it even gets close. We get to the last skeleton. Boo. Get rid of poison. way more simple. Yeah, tier 1s do nothing. Gotta go for the full heal. Not a time for 25% to be hidden. If we just take a basic heal, our next turn should come really fast. Should be stuck in a regular heal there. Yeah, they're just slowly going to get worn down. As long as we can survive them out, we're good. Which so far is happening. Actually, wait a minute. San Bronsa. That's looking more accurate. I was like, where did all my max HP go? It's because we're withered at the moment. Right, time to tabula again. That skill is ridiculously good. What? Can't see the lights turned on? What the hell? What? You having power outages over there, too? I know some guy crashed into some substation or something. Apparently, power's been out for a bunch of places around here, but didn't know it's affecting people all over the world. Wait. Hang on. I hit the wrong button, I'm sorry. I was going for Blessing. There we are. Give me that cheap heal. And we're almost done here. Even their biggest moves aren't doing very much. Oh crap, that's a problem. I just think it's so unnecessarily mean of the game that that after all the stuff you have to go through, you still only get 2 class marks. And that's if you decided to pick the douchebag route. It's like, oh, I stole all the class marks, ha ha ha. Well, good for you. You you still get nothing. Okay, good. Summons do nothing. Douchebags stole my loot because of course they do. Why wouldn't they? And then hit several unlikely hits, because of course they do. Talking about my keyboard? Wait. Yes, yes I do. Alright, first of all, Ogre. Second of all, get rid of Absorb MP, and put Consecrate Dead, get rid of Reflect. I'm kind of already low-key reflecting here. Put this. Divine, need counter hit, need to have an arson, need this, yada yada yada. Put big evasion moves back on. Yeah, that's fine. There we go, Frampa's gone. We'll do it later. Hopefully we don't need any items here. They spawned a cleric, because of course there is. See, there's this one guy from the Schmuck community posting videos on YouTube, find bothersome and desperate at the same time to make a niche community alive. I mean, that's the thing with niche communities, though. A lot of times they also tend to feel kind of elitist about it. Case in point, Armor Core. Everything about this spawn is garbage. Let's do a heal 2. Our literal only chance here is to catch their cleric. Yeah, I'm not even sure this is one that we want to bother to try. Ridiculous discussion, no point whatsoever. Clickbait? I don't know if it's something that's big enough to warrant clickbait. Let's see, clickbait made from his patrons? Well, yeah, there you go. Mystery solved. Money is a very good motivator to do literally whatever. Even if it makes no sense. Alright, they got a cleric. Which is, I mean, fine, I guess. Let's try and levitate. Should get us out of here. Can get a full heal out of the situation. It's a little bit problematic. Because we're kind of just looking for openings right now. As long as that healer's active, there's really not a whole lot of overall progress we can make. Question though, can I one-shot him? Yes, I can. Can I give myself a haste in order to be able to pull that off? Not quite, but I can give myself a regenerate to be able to survive up to that point. Okay. Yep. Put that on there. Add this on there. It was just money. I was really hoping it would be an elemental dust. Feels like every run that I'm doing right now is running into a weird problem like that. Like, oh, everything's going well until you don't have the armor for this situation. But no, what we have is adequate. But we can do so much better. A lot of punch, but not a whole lot of winning. So basically what we're waiting for here is we need to get the area behind us cleared out so that we can go run up to the healer. And once we can do that, it's basically checkmate. I think that might have just happened. Alright, we're one tile closer. Thankfully, because there's less units around, this time they, well, I mean, they've just got less overall offense going on. And we're slowed. That's a problem. Oh, come on. I hate when that stuff happens. It's like when they all build up their meter at exactly the same time. And then that's exactly the moment that a bunch of units will choose to outspeed you. Alright. We need Blessing more than we need Tabula right now. Take the max heal. A million hits, everyone's getting poisoned. I think we might be out overwhelming their healing anyway. Because he's just doing basic heals, he can't even keep up. Okay. We can still get out of that if we ever get a turn. Unfortunately, we got hit by a slow, so they're double routing us in a lot of cases. Now we're not. I don't suppose I have items, do I? Good. I think this can work. We can just get our back against a wall here, and we should be alright. It's kind of like that one scene from Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Let's go, everyone just sit here. Repeatedly hit me with sticks until I dramatically throw you off. So have you played every FromSoft game by now? I haven't played Shadow Tower Abyss. Played Shadow Tower, but not Abyss. I haven't played, what's it called? That one that looks so much like Dark Souls, but it's on the PS2. That's basically about 3 priests in a temple trying to exorcise the place. I forget what that's called. I haven't played that one VR game. Also, I think we're dead here. Because they all spawned in with axes, because of course they would, and they all keep critting, because of course they would. Come on. And on the plus side, they're putting out Vigorous, and we're still managing to parry everything despite that. Well, parry and block. You suck. Okay. I don't know if it makes sense to go for this. Because that is a lot of extra damage. Only against very particular things, though. Get one more go. Oh, hello. Did everything spawn as an undead this time? I think it actually might have. Okay, get rid of that. Get the hell out of here with that cleric nonsense. We're gonna go for getting rid of this guy. We're gonna slowly climb our way up. Right. Right. Let's decide what to play. Wait, you already beat it? Well, if you didn't beat the, what is it, like, Demon of Hatred or whatever the hell it was called, then you haven't really beaten it. Then you also have hard mode on that one, and you also have double hard mode. You know it's FromSoft when you have a friggin' double hard mode. Want to change games? I'll go for it. Ever-changing games is fun. I don't think I've changed this game in, like, over a decade. Man. RNG is just being so unnecessarily mean today. I guess small blessings, at least all this stuff, all this poison still affects zombies and things. DXM grind is a pain, more so when there's no room. Believe it. Play, but there's no one joining. Really? It's been out like a week. The entire community's dead already? God dang. I think that beats Verdict Day's record there. You know, for all the talk that I've heard from the 5th gen community and everything, in terms of like, oh man, this community for this one stuck around forever. They were the most long-lasting. I don't know. I still see from 4Answers still getting online stuff to this day. Meanwhile, for 5th gen, I remember like a few months after it came out, I had the hardest time even finding a single game. Alright, where the hell's Birdman? He's way over there. Let's just tabula out of this. See, I want to go for this one just because it's got a very handy effect there. Because he's still stuck in Frighten when I end up getting my my next bar there, and he's just going to take an absolute crap ton, and I should be able to finish him off. Play that Frighten Mist. I think I might be able to just overwhelm their healing rather than doing anything else. Oh, you suck. That's the thing, though. They're always gonna have something in the back pocket for you. They fixed the equipment save and load now. Noticed from day one I wouldn't be able to save my first build. What? Why? Also, if this guy could stop landing poison on me, that'd be great. Or, not poison, but slow. Going down soon. Just need a regular heal here. Hopefully keeps me topped off until next round. Unfortunately needed to tabula because all that stuff was really stacking up, and of course this guy's going to go down. Crap. Need to use blessing so I can't get rid of it. Oh crap, come on. Stop stacking. Come on, 25%. Piss off with that. 1 out of 4, man. 100% of the time. Alright. Let's try again. Be the stubborn. And there's that cleric douche again. And they've got 3 tanks. Actually, he's an archer this time. We're good. Okay, we can get rid of 1 heavy right away. Actually, that lizard on the right might be a patriarch. In fact, that archer probably wants to be the last one we finish off, because he has a very decent chance to drop a falcon Coda fire call. good, good. We're looking real good right now. Enough with that! It's a really low chance. Stop hitting me with maximum evasion, man. I'm not angry, I'm just sleepy. Alright, out of curiosity. Now, the only game I actually get legitimately salty about now is, what's it? Is X Division. Just because that is... I feel like the very end of it has gotten downright mean with no actual reason. But yeah, all good. Alright, we're looking good here. Kind of. You just stack so many debuffs, it's hilarious. Alright. If we do rage, we can get them down a decent chunk. Let's try to be a little bit more offensive at the very start here. And there they go with their Draconics again. Okay, they're in poison. That might be enough to finish them off entirely, so I don't have to worry about them as much. The annoying part about the big ones, or rather the differently colored ones there, is that yeah, they basically get permanent aqua. Actually, I forget if they have permanent aqua veil or if they've been repeatedly using it. But point being, they have aqua veil. These guys don't. They actually have to be in the water to be a big threat. Those guys can. They're basically vanilla ones. And I believe that's by design. If I get angry, it is a very different story. One down. Of course, they're going to have their finisher right there. 100% of the time. Okay, Burn of Vigor, not super helpful right now. Driving Cut, never misses. I believe my evasion might be a little bit crappy right now. Okay, are we done with all the crits now? Try to heal our way out of this one. I need to take a tabula, but I can't. Stop stacking finishers, please. Let's try again. There's a cleric. Wonderful. Not even going to bother with that. I guess I probably should finish off the commentary for the vanilla version of this, huh? Wherein we just kind of come in here and sweep everybody aside like they're a dang rug. Now, it looks like this one did spawn a little bit differently. It's got that one, but this time we actually should be able to reach the guy. Because our area control is a lot worse this time around. Did you just feed me a finisher? Oh, there we go. That's the way it's done. Okay, fantastic. Alright, he survived with 1 health. So naturally, he just gets to survive that. Man, oh man, I was really hoping the poison would take before it did anything, but... oh well, right? That heal. No way in hell for us to reach him. I really doubt we're going to get that opportunity again. It sucks. I guess at least we got the poison off, so that's something. We're gonna need that if we're gonna have any hope of surviving. Let's take another 3. I wonder how many people are going to be confused with this patch and automatically think that Healcraft is just the thing you get from the Blessing ability, and then report it as a bug that they put on Healcraft and it sucked. I gotta get going pretty soon, though. Would be nice to at least win a single fight this time. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Fantastic. Now, the nice thing is, all they can do is keep attacking. Attacking, keep getting poisoned. Take a safe blessing heal here. And there we go. Stop hitting me with mucus. So yeah, mucus is 60% chance to hit. That's why he keeps landing it. That thing is so very, very close to being dead. We're just barely surviving. That seems to be the running gist of this one. Take a Rasa, take a full heal. An almost full heal, I guess. Once we get 4, we'll probably be able to get proper full heals. This is just heartbreaking. Come on. We're doing okay. Not the button I meant to push. Come on, brain. I know you're tired, but a little bit more. Push through. Come on. And, you know, at least his name's ironically fitting. Friggin' Sisyphus the octopus. Friggin' dang Sisyphean task over here. The annoying thing that I could have finished them off if they hadn't landed that slow just now. Let's see if we still can, actually. Finish, finish, okay. Now we just gotta hope they don't have any finishers stacked up. Okay, good. Actually, almost suspiciously good. After all that nonsense, I might actually do the drop cheese for that archer. And double check something. regenerate. I would put on haste, but it's just not worth it. Right, so at this point I gotta go take out the cleric. Or actually, I guess we can take those out, can't we? Good. I keep going for the summons. Good. Every part of that was good. Okay, so tabula away that mess. Take a full heal. It's as if you traded out the finisher fast against you for dodges. Way cleaner attempt this time around. Yeah. Seems to be going much better. And they're also actually letting me block things. Seems like we've had an entire day of really unlikely stuff happening. Consecrate. Yeah, look at the AoE on that. That's... oof. It's just amazing. And now we have a free prop, and that'll actually be really handy when we do Palace of the Dead later. Which I think after this we'll be doing POTD again. Okay, Ross of that. This guy looks hilarious right now. I'll just do Howling. Lizard Mage, not too much of an issue. Cleric is annoying, but he's not actually hurting us yet. Other than that, we just need to keep recharging to go hit... Ah, right, we can't really finish him off with Rage right now. However, I should have some wine to go throw at this guy. Or if not, to have a breach. How do I not have a breach? There we go. I was gonna say, definitely have to have a breach. I suppose what we could do is go for the ghost again. Let me check one thing here. Checking if I know there was one of the coats that you could get. I'm checking if by any chance, I think it was this archer that specifically that dropped it. So I'm just double checking the drop guide real quick. Rock coat, thunder coat, cape of spite, kraken? It's the kraken that drops it? Oh well, screw it. This archer's dead, man. Goodbye. Huh, well, we got some new leggings, I suppose. They aren't really new, we'll just add them to the pile. But they're nice to have anyway. Take a few steps this way, do the old tabula. Probably poison that ghost. Deal with him some other day. Somehow a double miss. Fantastic. One poison. Okay, perfect. We can go take this card. Yeah, suddenly this is this is suddenly looking really good. Just watch. Several crystallizes hit in a row now. It's like the game felt bad or something. rude. I mean, you know that's not going to work, right? He's welcome to try, I suppose. Let's go ahead and exercise this ghost while we're here. Perfect. Dropped a Vit card. Lots of good defensive cards this time around. Do a Blessing. Do a... just a standard heal, I think. An expensive standard heal. Honestly, in many ways, I feel like I like to say regularly that a bunch of stuff from FFT and all those kinds of games are in this game in one form or another. And I feel like using stuff like Mother's Blessing and, you know, what's it called, the free MP move and all that, it just feels a lot like using cast from MP in those ones. We're just going to take this guy out. It's not like he's much of a threat right now. But we'll just pretend he looked at us funny. Should have enough for a regenerate. Which should probably keep us topped off for the rest of the fight. And I guess it's a little bit late for that right now, but apologies for how weird this music sounds. I really, really wish that I could fast forward it without the music going funky. Mechanically, there's no way to make that happen. At the very least, we can finally win a single fight this time. The interesting puzzle that is trying to get through this game solo. How is that even possible? That was 80%. Not gonna bother consecrating. Should have consecrated. It's fine, we gotta use Tabula right here anyway. Learn to appreciate the sped of music. Fair enough. By the way, Gamma, out of curiosity, have you actually, have you played 5th Gen? I forget if, I want to say you said no, but I forget. Don't have those consoles? Okay. So 5th Gen is kind of where the whole thing the DXM does actually started. And in some ways it's a little bit hilarious, just because the way that they did it made it was confusing. Like, you basically just went to random fights and you just get rolled for drops. And yeah, in a lot of cases, like if you already had something unlocked, you could go and customize it in the store. But if you didn't, you repeatedly had to go and keep doing those fights until finally you got a custom piece of equipment, and then you basically, well, let's just say it was similar but a lot cruder than that version. But yeah, a lot of times you saw people flying around with like 1 out of 3 upgrades just because the game wouldn't let them have anything nice. And you just had that annoying thing like, oh look, here's this shiny new gun. Oh wait, it's garbage until I can actually bother getting it repaired. Well, not repaired, but upgraded properly. Time to go roll for drops over and over, even though I already have the thing. Not the most fun system. Honestly, I'm rarely a fan of upgrades, and especially, like, loot drops like that. Especially in that kind of game. I should have gone for a vendetta there. This is when I find out that this octopus has freaking disembowel somehow. And just uses that full bar to completely ruin my day. Come on, octopus. Come on. This is just silly at this point. I mean, you're in a corner, there's really only so much you can do. Rage you, or I can rage you. Which I think the best bet. Take one step right here. Give this guy the breach. Oh, and we have so many of those, too. He'll that one. We'll give him the old Omni. Or hell, we'll just yell at him real good. Kaboom! Get out of here. What do you got, Octopus? And it is at that point that he finished off his trip to the beach by punching out an octopus. Because it's just what he does for some reason. Everybody's hobby's a little bit different. But they questioned his sanity. There! Finally. First fight actually won today. Whew. Alright. Anyway, I gotta get going for the day. So I'll see you guys possibly on Monday. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully the world hasn't ended from coronavirus by then. And yeah, I will see you guys then. Thank you guys for stopping by. Let me save that again just to be absolutely certain, because holy crap, I do not want to redo that. It's our second time through that particular fight. And then last time we got stuck here. And then this one is actually a story fight, so it's easier to get through this time. Then after that we have 2 more random fights, and then we finally have the last story fight, which is just a whole lot of absolutely nothing. So, yeah, that one should be pretty easy. But all the story fights, I mean, we're pretty well prepared for. Anyway, gotta get going. Take care, guys. See you then.